Today, I'm going to be showing you guys one of the most toxic builds in NBA 2K22 Next Gen, and that is the 7'3" center. First things first though, please like and subscribe. I mean, it's 100% free, it literally takes 5 seconds to help me out so much. Okay, I'm gonna start with a little bit of gameplay, and then I'll show you guys 2 versions of how to make this exact build. You can use this build in any game mode, but I think the easiest way to show how good this build is by taking it to the 1v1 court. So first possession of the game, as you guys can see, I'm able to enter into the post and hit him with a drop step, and then get around him for an easy standing dunk. Overall, especially against guards, this build is going to be very dominant inside, even with only basically just rebirth badges. Even if you do miss, like you guys see me do right here, you're just going to end up getting your own rebound a very high percentage of the time. Okay, so check it out. I'm down 7-6, but I do have the ball. So in my opinion, I'm actually in a pretty good place. I'm able to just kind of push him out of the way, then go for a drop step and dunk on his head. Honestly, if you get pushed underneath the basket like this, you're gonna get dunked on. He ends up missing a 3-pointer and I get the board. Right here, I back him down, push him out of the way, and then go for a post hook. You guys can see he actually contests my shot, but post hooks are honestly just so broken it doesn't matter. When he gets the ball back, he goes for a rim run, which I get a chase down block on, and luckily it ends up going out on him. Right here, I hit him with the drop step, push him out of the way, and instead of going for a standing dunk, I just go for a close shot, which is perfect because I basically pushed him out of bounds. He comes back at me with a 3-pointer, cutting my lead down to only 2. However, not only do I have the ball, but I also have double post shot daggers takeover. So pretty much this entire possession, I was just looking for a good opportunity to hit him with a post hook. Once I see he's no longer bumping me, I go straight up with a post hook and green it. You guys will honestly be surprised how good the perimeter defense is on this build. I'm bumping him basically this entire possession, and even though at the end he does get a lucky rim run, in my opinion, he was definitely in a box. I no longer have double takeover, but I still do have single takeover, so I go for a post hook and green it. He comes back at me with a 3-pointer, but then I'm able to get a standing layup. At this point, he has the ball and I only have a 3-point lead, so it's really anyone's game. I overplay the 3-pointer, he goes for a rim run, and then I get a chase down block. Even though this build is a little bit slow, it definitely gets a ton of chase downs. When I get the ball back, he's actually playing up super high and bumps me right off the bat. I'm forced to pick up my dribble, but I do get an offensive rebound. And then he just decides to play hands up, so I kind of just shoot a layup over him. Especially if you're a guard like him, you literally have to jump at me every single time I shoot, or you just won't get enough of a contest to affect my shot. A little bit later, he's able to get a dunk in, making the score 20-17, but I do have the ball. And to end this game off, what I do is I go into the paint, then I hit him with a drop step to completely push him out the way and get an easy standing dunk. So that's going to do it for game number 1. I ended up winning 22-17. And I think this was a good gameplay to show off how dominant this build is. But I was going up against a guard. So for game number 2, we're going up against a big man. So moving on to game number 2, this is obviously against the big. Now I didn't start off very well. I ended up missing my first 2 shots. But luckily he also missed his first shot. So I have the ball and I go for a post spin. Now he's jumping in the air and I was hoping to just slide right past him with a drop step. It doesn't end up working, but he continues to jump and I just go up with the layup. He gets the ball back and he runs towards the right corner. And right here, he was going for a hop jumper, but I jump right in front of him and get the block. Luckily, the ball doesn't go out of bounds. I'm able to just pick the ball up. And I'm already in the post, so I try to back him down a little bit. However, he is able to bump me and I end up running out of energy. With only a few seconds left in the shot clock, I decide to regain all my stamina and then go for a post hook, which I go ahead and do and miss time, but luckily it drops. Right here, he's trying to dribble around a bit and get past me, but I'm staying in front of him, end up bumping him and force him to pick up his dribble. He mistimes his post fade and now I have possession. Of course, you guys already know what we're doing. We're back in the post with it. I'm able to slide right past him, bait him into jumping, and then go up with an under the basket layup. He misses a midi, and off of that rebound, I'm able to get takeover. And of course, I had to use this takeover. I back him down a little bit and go up with a post hook. Definitely the best way to use the post hook is to back them down and push them a little bit. And then once you do have a little bit of space, go up with the post hook. At this point, I have a massive lead. The score is 8-0. Now right here, he tries to post me up and goes for a post fade, which he misses. And on this possession, once I see he's behind me, I go straight up with the post hook, which of course I green. The next part of this game just shows how insane the defense is on this build. I mean, I was just getting block after good contest. And the thing that I really love about this build is not only is its offense elite, but the defense is just as good, if not better. And like in this game, I basically held him scoreless. He was trying to push me around and post me up, but honestly, every single shot he took, I was right there either blocking him or just getting a good contest. Eventually, however, when the score is 14-0, he ends up hitting this pretty lucky shot. But it's all good though. I come right back at him, hit him with a post spin into a drop step, and then dunk right on his head. He really badly misses a layup, and then I pretty much use a triple threat move to go right past him and get this absolutely insane glitchy dunk, which now means I'm up 18-2, so the game's pretty much over. The next possession, he misses a midi, and then I go right back into the post, hitting an easy post hook. To end this game off, I get a stop, then blow right past him and get him jumping out of bounds, and then just turn around and hit the close shot. And that's gonna do it for game number 2. I won 22-2, and the fact that I held him to only 2 points is absolutely insane. So of course, you guys just got to see how good and how dominant this build is, and now I'm gonna be showing you guys how to actually make this build. So as I said, I'm going to show you guys 2 versions, one inside build and one more all around. Starting things off, let's talk about the all around build. This is the build that I'm personally using. And for the position, you're going to want to go with center. Next, for the body settings, I'm of course going with 7'3", 237 pounds, and 8'1" wingspan. These are all around the best body settings and the best balance between defense and not being super duper slow. Starting things off, you guys can see this is absolutely insane. You have 31 finishing badges, which is already crazy. Not to mention you get a 90 standing dunk. And all around, this is going to be an insane build, whether you're setting screens or post scoring. Moving on to shooting, this isn't crazy. You have 19 shooting badges and a 72 3-pointer, but you can definitely green very consistently, and also you will be able to hit post fades. For playmaking, the only thing that matters is pass accuracy, which I have at an 85. This just gives me Hall of Fame break starter and gold ball passer, which are 2 very important badges. Onto defense / rebounding. The defense on this build is absolutely crazy. You have 35 defensive badges, which is already crazy to start with. And not to mention, you're going to get Hall of Fame Intimidator, Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, and Hall of Fame Rim Protector. And then moving on to the physicals, you guys can see this is all around very good. I don't really think I need to explain this too much. If you do want free throw on this build, what I'd recommend doing is drop down your vertical to a 51. Also drop down your driving layup to a 60, and you can then get a 74 free throw. Moving on to the takeovers, honestly, this is 100% up to you and your play style. I think for the average player, I would recommend going with See the Future and Stuff Blocks. But if you plan on post scoring or playing the 1v1 court, I recommend going with post shot daggers, which is what I was using in the gameplay. Then as you guys can see, I built a versatile paint beast, which honestly does make sense as a name. Now I did say I was going to give you guys 2 versions of this build, so hopping right into the second version. This is going to be much more of an inside version of this build. For the body settings, you guys can see this is the exact same. There's really no reason to change them. Starting things off with finishing, this is the biggest difference between the previous build. This build has a 99 standing dunk, which is absolutely insane. And also, this is going to allow you to get Hall of Fame posterizer, which is very overpowered. Next for shooting, there's literally nothing for me to show you guys. I didn't upgrade shooting at all. And then for playmaking, this is the exact same as the previous build. You have an 85 pass accuracy to get Hall of Fame break starter and gold bullet passer. And then moving on to defensive / rebounding. I don't think there's that big of a difference between this build and the previous build. You get a few more badges, but I think the main difference is that you get Hall of Fame brick wall instead of gold. And then next for the physicals, you guys can see I completely maxed this out. If you do want a higher free throw on this version of the build, then what I would recommend doing is drop down your stamina to a 95. Also drop down your driving layup to a 60, and this will give you a 75 free throw. And then moving on to the takeovers, this is the exact same as the previous build. I went with See the Future and Stuff Blocks, but as I said before, you can go with different takeovers if you want to. And as you guys can see, I've just built a plain old paint beast, which 100% makes perfect sense as a name. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. If you did make it this far into the video and enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. There's another gameplay video of me using a glitch 7'2" build, as well as a dribble tutorial and the best animations on the screen right now. Like, comment, subscribe, go follow me on Twitter, and I'm out. Peace.